see my jewels, shining, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot, look at me, stylish, stylish, masterpiece, body, young, hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this.
There were some incredible players this year. Tommy Matthews, for instance, had a spectacular season. But it's the other half of the Heartbreak Kids that really stood out, mainly because he didn't quite live up to his counterpart on the field. These two guys have been battling it out as frenemies since high school, and that rivalry doesn't seem to be dissipating anytime soon. Tommy clearly outclassed his friend in the early stages of their career, kind of like Peter Schrager and I, only in this case, I'm Tommy. But seriously, even though Tommy may have the upper hand at this stage, I wouldn't count out his other half just yet. We've seen what he's capable of as a game changer in the past. So, if he can keep growing as a player, I think this rivalry can even out, unlike the one Peter and I have.
Despite an up and down end to the season, contract negotiations were painless. I was just happy to be sticking around long term. After the deal was done, there was a moment to reflect on everything that had happened. The season had just ended, but I couldn't wait to put the pads back on.
After that, your career was off and running.
At the end of the day, the contract they presented was more than enough, and I was happy still to continue playing for the team. I left the office that day feeling good about the years and the games ahead.
As players get into the later stages of their career, oftentimes it's an injury that leads to retirement.
After an injury like that, it takes some time to regain the strength to push the ball down the field.
All right, man, eyes up, eyes up. Take a look what we got here. Let's remember what we're running here, okay? The offense hasn't seen this all season. We're going to get...
We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. I had to tighten the plan. Yeah. I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. I don't want it if it ain't love. If it ain't, get it away from me. Who you gon' jack if it ain't us? LABB to the bakery. Some mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pray for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. Wheels never felt like this. 2 seats in the hills, how I feel righteous. Blue sheets for the mills, but the deal priceless. New keys can't care what's built private. I might just double it up. Did it? Then his whole team got wins and the wheels still spinning. I told him what I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the...
With the playoff game in just a few days, everyone was waiting to find out if I'd be returning that week, or if I'd hold off and hope for a win so I could possibly return in a later round. It was without a doubt one of the toughest decisions. With the playoff game in just a few days, everyone was waiting to... It was without a doubt one of the toughest decisions in my career. I had no idea how the team would react, on or off the field, to my return. But deep down, I knew it was what I needed to do. Returning from an injury like this wasn't going to be easy. And in this situation, we needed to make the smartest possible decision so I could be effective all game long.
Today, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. It's the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the...
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now their defense has to run out on the field, see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides. And they'll get this down to the 10. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Vaughn. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Down at the 8-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
A run with Vaughn out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Brought down back at the 11-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
What's up about teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage? How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Yeah, you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Seibert's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines, the defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And playoff games in and of themselves, we know they're pressure-filled. That's not breaking any news, but you have to wonder how much added pressure this team feels, given that a perfect season is on the line. They heard it during the regular season. Now they've sat at home for 2 weeks hearing about it. Can they handle that as well as the team that they're facing in order to try and advance?
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Robertson. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
And he takes down and 10.
From the gun, Robertson looking long for Thomas. That's going to be